The first time Luke Henderson felt truly powerless, it wasn't on the battlefield. It was in the middle of a dusty, quiet gas station in Pine Ridge, a town so small that everyone knew your business before you even walked in the door. He had stopped there for a tank of gas and a soda, hoping to give his 8-year-old daughter, Emma, a little treat on their way home. But the moment he stepped outside, the rumble of motorcycles shattered the late afternoon calm. A gang of bikers, leather jackets gleaming in the sun, surrounded his truck, laughter like jagged knives in the air. "Look at this, boys." One sneered, shoving Luke's truck with a boot. "Single dad. What's the matter? Can't even handle your own life." Luke's hands clenched into fists, but no words came. He felt the heat rise to his neck, the shame burning deeper than any physical blow. Emma clutched his leg, wide-eyed, hiding behind him. He said nothing, even as they mocked him, ransacking the truck bed, tossing his small camping gear to the ground. Luke didn't fight. He couldn't. He just waited until they roared away, leaving a wrecked truck and a trembling daughter. That night, in the quiet of their small, cluttered home, Luke replayed the humiliation over and over. Emma slept peacefully in the other room, oblivious to the storm in her father's heart. Luke stared at the ceiling, thinking about every choice he had made. Joining the army, serving overseas, raising his daughter alone after her mother left. He had faced death and loss on the battlefield, but here, in his own town, he felt powerless in a way that made his chest ache. Days passed, and Luke buried the incident beneath routines, work at the local mechanic shop, school runs, dinner with Emma. But one evening, his phone rang. The number was unrecognizable, the voice on the other end a soft, calm woman who said, "I know what happened at the gas station. I want to help." Luke's first instinct was skepticism. But something about her voice, steady and unjudging, stirred a flicker of hope. She introduced herself as Marisol, the director of a veterans outreach program in the next county, focusing on those struggling with PTSD, anger, and isolation. She didn't ask about the bikers or push for revenge. Instead, she asked about Luke, about his daughter, about the life he wanted to build rather than the one he felt trapped in. It wasn't easy at first. Luke was closed off, bitter, and raw from years of carrying invisible scars. Marisol challenged him gently but persistently, urging him to write down his anger, to channel it into something constructive. "Redemption doesn't come from punishing others," she said. "It comes from healing yourself and those around you." With her guidance, Luke started volunteering at a local youth center, mentoring troubled teenagers, many from broken homes or unstable neighborhoods. He taught them discipline, resilience, and, most importantly, the courage to face life without giving in to bitterness. At first, the work felt awkward. He wasn't sure he could connect, unsure if his own failures made him a poor role model. But slowly, he saw the impact. A boy who had been on the verge of dropping out came back to school. A girl learned to channel her anger into art instead of fights. Luke realized that the battles he thought he had lost, his own humiliation, the years of lonely struggle, could be transformed into lessons of strength and hope for others. Meanwhile, the memory of the bikers didn't fade. One afternoon, he saw them again, parked outside the same gas station, laughing and roaring just like before. But Luke didn't confront them. He walked past, Emma holding his hand tightly, and smiled at them quietly. The look in his eyes wasn't anger, it was calm, unwavering, and filled with something they would never understand: peace. Months later, the gang's presence faded into the background of the town, and Luke's life bloomed in unexpected ways. Emma excelled in school and theater, and Luke found a quiet pride in his community work. One evening, as they painted a mural for the youth center, bright colors and bold designs covering a previously dull wall, Emma looked up at her father and said, "I'm proud of you, Dad. You're like a superhero." Luke smiled, brushing paint from his hands. In that moment, he realized that true strength wasn't in fists or intimidation. It was in the courage to rise after humiliation, to create something positive out of pain, and to guide the next generation with love and patience. The biker's jeers were nothing compared to the laughter, gratitude, and hope he now fostered in his small town. He had been humiliated, yes, but redemption was his. And in that quiet victory, Luke understood what he had fought for all along. Not for revenge, but for the chance to leave the world and his daughter's life better than he found it.